Hi, I'm Bart Hanson, the owner and operator of CrushLivePoker.com. The following hand comes from our call-in show that we record at 4:45 p.m. Pacific Time every Monday. If you want to call in your hand, check out the phone number in the description.
So I've got a 1-2 no limit in Arizona. It's a 250 max game.
Yep.
Pretty active table. The villain in this table, he's about mid-20s, pretty loose aggressive, plays a lot of his hands, about 75% of his hands. Definitely have some history with him. So I start off the hand with about 400.
Okay.
Villain has me covered. He's got about 430. So he's got pretty even stacks.
Okay.
I'm in the big blind. Villain's under the gun +1.
Mm-hmm.
So under the gun limps in. Villain raises to 12. Pretty consistent open size in this game from early position. So middle position, low jack, high jack, and button all call.
4 callers.
And yeah.
Okay.
And then I defend with 5 of spades, 6 of spades.
Okay. I think that's fine. Defend getting those types of odds. And the limper comes along too?
The under the gun actually winds up. I'm sorry, the small blind folds, and then the limper also comes along. So 6 ways to a flop.
So the pot's about $72, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So flop comes 4 of spades, 7 of diamonds, 8 of hearts.
So you flop the nuts.
Indeed.
Okay.
Yep. So I decided to go ahead and lead out for about half pot at 35.
Okay.
Looking back, I don't know. What do you think of the sizing?
I think that's fine, actually. And I think that at this level, I really do like a lead out. And actually, to be honest with you, I might lead out here a lot, even at the level I play at, because when you look at a guy who's raised from early position 1, he doesn't really hit this board too hard unless he's flopped a set. So
Right.
if you decide to play like a check raise, you can lose some value. Also, too, there's no guarantee that anyone's really going to bet. So what I mean is that like if the preflop raiser, unless he's a total maniac, has missed this board, which most of the time he's going to miss, right? Most
Right.
of his range
I
is
agree.
missed. He's not going to c-bet into 6 people unless he's a lunatic or just a total idiot. So
Right.
then you have these other field callers that might bet, but they could be betting with anything. Doesn't necessarily have to be strong. So I think the best way to get value in a multi-way pot when you flop something strong on a ragged board is just to basically lead out, because
Okay.
I just think it's a better way to get value from a lot of the other field callers. You're in Arizona,
Yeah.
right?
You're correct.
Is that at Casino Arizona?
It's actually at Casino del Sol.
Okay. Somebody was asking in chat. I've never played poker in Arizona, so I don't know. So you bet
Yeah.
35.
Yep. So I bet 35. Typically, like in these spots when I first started playing, I'd kind of go with like a check call. Just kind of full play the nuts.
Yeah.
But I figured even if I bet out and villain has like an overpair, or even ace king or ace queen, king queen, he's probably just going to peel once, anyways. So yeah, so I let out for 35.
You think that you think the villain's going to peel with ace king, ace queen with 4 people behind him on 8-7-4?
He might. He might. I've seen him do it before. If anything, he's probably going to raise that kind of hand.
I mean,
Hoping that I probably missed
that's
also.
really, really bad, but okay. You bet 35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I bet 35. Villain calls, middle position, hijack and low jack fold, and then the button calls as well.
Okay.
So 3 ways to a turn, and it's the 4 of hearts. So that also brings in a backdoor heart draw.
So you
There's the board.
pair the bottom card. Okay.
Yeah, so I go ahead and lead out 110 into about 177.
Okay.
And then villain raises to 250, and the button folds, and it's back to me.
So after the 250 you only have 150 left, right?
Little bit more. I think I've got about after the 150. Well, I bet 110, I've got about
No, what I mean is that like if
two.
you were to call the two like actually no, it's not even. So you bet
Yeah, I only
35.50.
have about a
You
hundred
started
left.
you started with 350. So you bet 110, you only have 240 left in your stack, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I would just shove. I mean, if you're calling because
Okay.
he's got a full house, he's got a full house, but there's not I
Yeah.
can't imagine. I mean, the other thing too is that I would think that there's a fairly high frequency that he would just flat again when the guy's behind you. But
Mhm.
there's not. You're not gonna make money making folds like this at this level. There's just no way. You've got five
Yeah.
six. The guy could have ace four here. He could also have an overpair. Who knows? You know what I
Right.
mean? It's just yeah.
And yeah, and that's kind of what I put him on. Even like a hand like 4-5, 3-4 suited,
Hmm.
ace four, probably raises or with ace four suited. Maybe just limps in with ace four off. But I just kind of decided. I thought about it for a while, and then yeah, I figured any river really, it's going to be really hard for me to get away. Considering I'm getting about 7-1 on a call, anyways.
No, you have to just put
Um,
it in because if you, like I said, you call, you only have like 100 left. You know?
yeah, so I did. I went ahead and I shipped it.
Uh huh.
Um, he tanked for a little bit, but then called it off.
Wait a minute. Wait a
Rolled
minute. He
over.
tanked for a little bit.
Yeah, he tanked for a little bit,
How did you lose this
thinking.
hand then? He's got sevens.
So he actually rolled over. He rolled over ace four. He called and then rolled
Oh,
over ace
okay.
four of clubs.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
I was gonna say, but if he tanked for a little bit, how could you possibly lose?
right,
I
exactly.
mean,
That's
you're not besides getting sucked out on, but yeah, no, you didn't do
right.
anything wrong. So you shipped.
So I shipped. Yeah, he called, rolled over ace four of clubs.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the river was the last four in the deck. So yeah, he made quads at the end. So I wound up losing that hand. But I guess my biggest question was on the turn if I just flat or honestly, and I was thinking, how can I ever fold here? Was my other
No.
question.
No.
Okay.
No. You mean on the river? You mean?
No, on the turn when he raises me to 250 after I bet out 110.
No, definitely not. What you could do is you could fold on the river, which is kind of funny. If you somehow called the turn, like if you guys were deeper and the river
Right.
came that card, like yeah, you're toast. Um,
Yeah.
unless somehow you think he's like raising the turn with backdoor hearts, but I can't imagine that would be almost silly. But
Yeah.
I don't know if you're a Crush Live Poker subscriber, but I'll actually going to be talking about trying to get away from being results oriented a little bit. I
Okay.
just started the challenge, this like my new challenge, which is the third straight year that I've done this, and my problem isn't necessarily bad beats or anything. It's more volume and me
Okay.
not having the motivation to play unless I'm forced to play, which is partially what these challenges give me a nice kick in the butt. And I always do really well on them, so it's good side income. But I think one of the things I have to work on, a lot of people have to work on, is just that the results aren't what you should be grasping to. It's more of what is, if you played a certain situation in the correct way. And, you have to ask yourself, would you have called this hand in or would you be thinking about this hand any more or any less if the river had just rolled off a king and you would have won the hand?
And I won.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good question. The other point that you brought up, and probably not to your first question, but the other point is if we are deeper, say we start both at around 1,000 effective, um, and it is at a bigger game, and I just go ahead and flat the turn. Obviously, you could see definitely folding on the river when it brings in
I don't
another
think
four,
I don't
right?
see how you can call on the river. Because you
Right.
basically the only thing that you beat here now is basically some sort of turn raised flush draw. But how is that possible? Like he would have to. There are so
Yeah.
many. If you look at the combinations of hands that are like backdoor hearts, he would literally have to have ace king of hearts, ace queen of hearts, like ace five or ace six of hearts to call your flop
Or
read
nine.
and then
Yeah,
and
maybe.
rain the turn is insane. Like I mean yeah 9-10. So
Yeah.
maybe five or six combos of draws, but what about every single other overpair?
Right.
Pocket eights, pocket sevens, a four. It's not even close. There's just no way you can call. Thank you for the phone call. Hey guys, if you like what you've seen here, please click on the subscribe button and you'll get notified every time we put up a new video. And if you want to check out crushlivepoker.com for the first month free, use the code YTA100. Click on the link right there.